Hello everyone. Today I'm trying a little experiment with my friend ChatGPT. I'm going to figure out what I can do to ask it so it can create an atmosphere that it's having an interview with me. I know the light makes that kind of hard to see, but here we go. Hello ChatGPT, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How can I help you today?
Could you play the role of, let's say, a morning radio host, and I'll play the role of the guest?
Good morning, listeners. You're tuned in to Wake Up Waves, your daily splash of energy and entertainment. I'm your host, ChatGPT, here to make your mornings brighter. Today, we've got a special guest joining us, someone who knows a thing or two about navigating the world of AI. Let's give a warm welcome to our guest. How are you this morning?
I'm super. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
We're thrilled to have you. So, let's dive right in. You're known for making AI approachable for everyone. Can you share a bit about how you got started in this field?
I sure can. It all actually happened by accident. I was just at a crossroads in my life and I used ChatGPT for the first time. It was very early, 2023. And I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe what I was just able to do. And at that point, I'm just like, my Instagram bio said something like, working mom, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't had kids living in the house for a long time. I'm an empty nester. I probably need to change that. And just going through that exercise as someone who has been a storyteller in TV news and someone who's worked in IT project management for a decade or so, who understands change management and everything that goes into introducing new tools, I was like, aha, I think I can be that person who knows about 10% more than everyone else. And hopefully, as I go through this journey learning about these tools and sharing with everyone, I can bring my joy and excitement to everyone else. And that's how it all started.
What an inspiring journey. It's amazing how a simple moment of exploration can lead to such a profound shift in direction. Your background in storytelling and change management must have given you a unique perspective on how to communicate the potential of AI to others. What's been the most rewarding part of sharing your AI journey with others?
I'm going to tell you something. I am blown away by people who have come up to me in the last year to tell me what a difference I made in their lives, whether it was a tip they got at one of my training sessions or they were part of an audience where I was speaking. I am absolutely blown away because in my mind, I'm just everyday Lori, just kind of playing around and trying things and having fun. But whatever I'm delivering or however I'm doing it, I'm astonished by what the results have been for other people. And it feels really nice.
That's incredible. It's often those authentic, relatable experiences that resonate the most with people. Your approach of being everyday Lori who experiments with AI and shares the journey is likely what makes your sessions so impactful. It's a reminder that you don't need to be a tech guru to make a real difference in the world of AI.
And when you say that, that brings up for me, I think, for the longest time and still to this day, I feel like I'm an imposter, right? Like, I have no business doing what I'm doing, or at least that's what my little inner critic on my shoulder says. And I have to remind myself that what makes me special or different is that I'm coming from a place that more people can relate to, right? I'm not coming in here, with so much of the jargon and tech training. I'm just an everyday gal who now has taken many, many hours of training to try to learn as much as I can. And based on all of my experience leading like IT implementations and introducing new tech, whether it's through presentations or storytelling or whatever it is, has really paid off. Those experiences have helped me a lot in this.
It's completely understandable to feel that way, especially in a field that's evolving so rapidly. Your approach of sharing genuine experiences and learnings is exactly what makes AI accessible to others. It's not about how long someone has been in the field, but the value they bring to the table, and you're bringing a lot.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure to hear about your journey. Is there anything else you'd like to share or discuss today?
Yeah, I do think it's important for everyone to be playing around and experimenting in these tools like ChatGPT, Claude.ai, Perplexity.ai. I just had a woman talk about how she believes her company just had layoffs, and she believed knowing AI and understanding how it worked and leveraging these tools actually helped save her job. So I know there's fear about AI replacing your job, and the biggest message is AI won't take your job, but somebody who knows how to use it will. So I think that's a really important message to discuss, that this is really about upskilling as much as anything else.
It's great to hear how passionate you are about making AI accessible and approachable. Starting those everyday conversations really can make a big difference in how people perceive and engage with AI. Is there anything else you'd like to dive into or explore today?
I guess I would like to hear from you. What are you hearing from people these days, or what burning questions do you have with your journey?
Well, a lot of folks are curious about how to integrate AI into their daily workflows without feeling overwhelmed. There's also a big interest in understanding the ethical implications of AI, especially as it becomes more prevalent in decision-making processes. As for my journey, I'm constantly fascinated by how AI can be used creatively, and I love hearing stories like yours about real-world applications making a tangible impact. What about you? Any burning questions on your mind?
I think the thing that stands out for me the most is just this whole voice use of it, getting more familiar with just talking out loud to these tools, and having eye-opening conversations and not trying too hard to think about the perfect prompt, but more just thinking about it as an iterative process in uncovering information or perspectives you might not have had before.
Voice interaction with AI is indeed a fascinating area. It adds a layer of natural communication that can make the experience feel more intuitive and dynamic. The iterative nature of conversation allows for a back and forth that can lead to deeper insights and unexpected discoveries. What specific aspects of voice AI are you most interested in exploring?
I've loved this new advanced voice in ChatGPT, and the ability to interrupt or pause or really have a conversation that's not broken up. Or before, when it first started, the regular voice, it constantly interrupted, and now it's great because I can keep talking and you're not interrupting me.
I'm glad you're enjoying the new voice features. It does make the conversation flow more naturally, doesn't it?
It does.
Being able... Fantastic. It's great to hear that it's enhancing your experience. Anything else on your mind about AI or other topics you'd like to chat about?
I do think the biggest thing is developing new habits. Connor Grennan on LinkedIn talks about that a lot. Just getting used to doing things over and over again, right? Maybe it's having the app open, or I still like to use ChatGPT in my browser, or keeping multiple of these tools open. And then it can be fun to compare, well, I got this answer from this model in ChatGPT. Let me try it over here in Claude, or let me put it back in another model in ChatGPT, because now they have so many models to choose from. So I think there's some of that, comparing, contrasting what comes out. And of course, we all have to remember that not everything is truthful, but they're getting better, or at least it's getting easier to go to the sources. So ChatGPT just came out with this search, or this, you're searching the internet and then it lists all the sources to the right side that you can click into each one. It's somewhat similar to Perplexity, which for me is my go-to tool for research. It makes it really easy to see where the information is coming from. It's another nice thing if you're an expert in your field and doing research and you're not just a generalist, because yes, we still have to be wary of what comes out of these tools.
It's great that you're exploring different AI models and finding what works best for you. Each tool has its own strengths, and it's fantastic that you found Perplexity to be a valuable resource for research. Comparing responses from various models can give you a well-rounded perspective and help you make more informed decisions.
I do have one other thing I want to bring up that, I don't know, I have been noticing since I've started using the tools, and that's this male bias thing. Whether, I created a GPT for myself, like the boss helper or something to help be a boss, and it automatically came out with a man in the suit as the profile image. I'm like, oh, no. Then I did a sarcastic sidekick, and the custom GPT created an auto image. Again, it was a man. And then I did some elf on a shelf images, and I said, hey, can you have feminine elf on a shelf? And what it came out with was like a super slutty lady elf. And I was just like, whoa, hold the phone. And then previously I'd asked for things with women, and whether it was a tight t-shirt over huge breasts, or lady golf team that were all scantily dressed with like perfect teeny little Barbie waists and huge knockers. I just have been a little bit holy smokes by some of the stuff that's come out. And that's when I'm hoping, if we get more women in the tool, or just more people in general using the tool, giving the feedback, that will help with things like this. And that's just one example, right? I mean, I'm sure there are millions of other examples of things that are coming out that we need to question.
You've touched on a crucial point. Diversity among AI users and developers, along with consistent feedback, can play a significant role in reducing biases in AI. It's a collective effort to ensure these technologies reflect a broader range of perspectives and experiences. Your awareness and advocacy are definitely steps in the right direction.
Thank you. What else do you think would be meaningful for your listeners based on, maybe call-ins you're getting, or emails, or pages that they're visiting on your website? What do you think?
Considering the diverse interests and concerns of listeners, it seems they're keen on practical advice for integrating AI into their daily lives, understanding the ethical implications of AI, and staying updated on the latest AI advancements. They might also be interested in hearing more success stories and tips from people like you who have effectively harnessed AI in their work and life. What are your thoughts on sharing more of these relatable experiences?
I think learning how to create the custom GPTs is huge. I did that at one of my jobs. We had a woman who got a new job out of state, and she was leaving, and her coworker who covered for her when she was gone already had a trip planned, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to learn their jobs because there's going to be no one else to cover but me. So I was able to record our sessions and then put them into a GPT that created all the documentation, and it was like trained to say, okay, it's going to have a title, it's going to have like a description of the training, what tools are needed, and time codes. And when it had the time codes for these transcripts that I uploaded, I was able to easily pull in the screenshots from the video to make these training videos, and they saved my life in terms of how to do different things across multiple tools. The other thing is it can be really helpful in terms of one of my jobs that had like a 36-page training guide, right? So we took the training guide, and we did have ChatGPT Teams, I want to say that, so it was secure. and you're able to ask questions to the guide. And our area director was blown away by how well the questions were answered and how helpful of a tool it was. In fact, it gave him, he asked some things that weren't in the tool, and it gave him ideas beyond what's currently in the training today. So those are some actual use cases of building these custom GPTs.
That's a fantastic example of how custom GPTs can be incredibly useful in organizing and presenting information. It really shows the potential of AI in enhancing training and educational materials. Your experiences could be very inspiring for others looking to integrate AI into their workflows.
I sure hope so.
I'm sure they will be. Your practical applications and success stories are exactly the kind of real-world insights that can help others see the value in exploring AI. Is there anything else you'd like to share or discuss?
I'm curious to hear from you. If you had 30 seconds to give me advice and how to take this business forward, what would you tell me?
I'd say focus on building strong relationships through personalized AI training and speaking engagements. Leverage your unique approach of being relatable and continue sharing real-world examples of AI's impact. Keep up with the latest AI trends and don't hesitate to explore new tools. Your passion and authenticity will drive Lorignite forward.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure being on your show today. Thank you for having me.
It's been wonderful having you here. Thank you for sharing your insights and experiences. Take care and keep inspiring others with your AI journey.
Will do. Thank you. Bye-bye.